It's been a good minute since your girl has done a bacon build, and clearly, as you saw by the title, by the situation that I'm in right now, we're doing another bacon build. This one is low-key like a birthday edition because my brother got this for me for my 22nd birthday, which was last week, over a week ago. Wow, I've been 22 for over a week now. Anyway though, he got me this Lego Minecraft creeper set. I'm a little bit nervous to do this just because this is probably the biggest Lego set I've ever done besides like those kids ones, the Lego Friends, stuff like that. But in terms of like an actual figure, this is definitely the largest one that I've ever done. The topic for today's video, because you guys know with all my bacon builds, I have a topic about what I'm gonna be discussing while I'm gonna be building. And so today, I actually have a full-on story time for you guys, which is gonna be really nice because I wanted to make this its own video, but I decided I need something to talk about while I'm building. I don't want it to just be me speeding on through doing the building. So I'm gonna be talking about white woman tears. And you might be thinking, what does that mean? If you're Black, you probably already know exactly what that means. I am a victim of white woman tears. I'm not gonna give you guys all the tea, but this is about my ex-best white friend. That was a mouthful, but you guys know what I mean. It's about my ex-white friend. It got crazy. It low-key still kind of like has me side-eyeing to this day, all white people, but also just like people who appear to be for the people, for the cause, and they're really not. So I'm not gonna hold you guys much longer. So of course, with a bacon build,
your girl has to be baked.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm not high right now. But I will be in just a moment for y'all. We're gonna go ahead and get, you already know. Bruh, have y'all heard about the Danish deception girl, the Storytime on TikTok? Oh my gosh. I was just listening to that before I press record, and I was just like, dang girl, like she is so pretty, and she seems like she is somewhat smart enough to have some money saved up, but the decisions that she's making with this dude, or was making with this dude, I'm just like, there's nothing to be smiling about. Why are you laughing? What? Why are you reminiscing? Anyway though, let's actually get into what we're here for. I think I'm ready to start building. All right, let me start telling you guys how this all began. So pretty much lead into something else, which you guys are probably already have seen in the title. It's gonna lead up to that. So confused on some of the candidates. If you wanted another person, you had to write it in. But I was like, oh, I didn't know it was gonna, because in the front, it basically lets you know who was Democrat, who was Republican, and all those different things. But in the back, it was just like either pick this person or write it in and know who to pick. So I ended up in the box, thank God. As you guys know, or maybe you have Jersey, Virginia, where I'm located. And so now we have a woman governor, we have a Black man as well, and doing their thing. And it's kind of just like makes me feel really happy, but it also is just, where was all this support and all that election? Because I know who I voted for, and I don't know why people don't really like saying it, who they voted for, unless it's
trying to take away your basic human rights. But I voted for Kamala, or Kamala, whatever. I voted for Abigail Spanberger and all the rest of the people. And if I was in New York, I would have
ended up winning. I would have voted for the man who ended up winning. So things turned out right, but it's just like whenever a Black woman is standing on those same values, and dang, it's just like she's talking about a political video in the sense of, I'm not gonna be talking about deep diving into all of that, or talking about like certain extent, because that's not really what my channel is about, and I'm not trying to deal with all those other opinions and stuff. Basically, my living situation, and I have been saying for months that I need to go ahead and talk about like this horror, like roommate situation that I am just out of her mind. And then we have the other one who is, you already know what, I'll put it up. But pretty much I'll tell you guys a little bit of a story of how I found out and just kind of some of the signs that I didn't notice at first. But pretty much I studied abroad in spring. I studied abroad in Spain this past summer. So in June, all of June, I was gone in Spain. And I don't know what really made me just look it up. One thing I neglected to do before I moved in with one of my mates is to look her up online, like through social media and stuff, because then I would have thought about this a lot sooner and I would have done in that as to why she moves in certain ways. The other criminal roommate and stuff, why the situation she was like questionable. Much I was in Spain, already dealing with stuff over there. Fast forward, I graduate from high school. I'm starting to attend college, and she attends college as well. We both have like the same scholarships, so we have to go to the same. So we pretty much just got close. It was already just like with racism in Spain and racism from the white participants in the program, and then also just like anti-blackness from the black participants and then I'm realizing when I go home, because I was really wanting to go home at this point with this person and I know this information about them too. And I'm one of those people that I'm just like, yeah, your political beliefs to a certain extent, but this is the extent, like, this is not okay. Like, this is not something I agree with, or I'm gonna look at you and be like, oh yeah, we cool. And so finding that out, it kind of just made me start connecting the pieces of like I said, like the way we started again gravitating towards each other, just talking, small talk, to eventually us being like real friends. And so I'm like, okay, this girl's cool. Like, she's a little bit weird. Kind of like a weird white girl in my opinion, but like in a good way, where it's just like, she would like kind of make some weird comments. She was adopted. Adopted mom was just pretty much always say like, oh yeah, I'm pretty much Hispanic. My adopted mom is, she wouldn't say adopted mom, she would just be like, my mom is so she would just say I'm pretty much Hispanic, even though she, a funny joke. I'm like, oh, okay, so you like know a little bit of Spanish and stuff like that. She was moving and stuff. I walked in through the door and I basically ran right into her because she was like, the place. And that was not a red flag to me. That part was fine because I'm like, clearly I do YouTube. I've done like my that because she was recording, but she was just like, no, like she kind of just didn't really answer the question. Like, I'm just recording. I think she said that she was showing like family or something, but she was like talking through. I was kind of just like, oh, okay, like pretty much we were at the YMCA and we just got closer because it's like usually you and one other person. So you just talk to each other because you're working with a whole bunch of kids. So you want to talk to another adult. And so we started like hanging out, you know, in our dorms and going to the caf and walking with each other and you know, hanging out. And also her sister was cool too. Like, I was like, you know what, Angel, don't even take it to heart. It's but not that weird because some people don't want you to see their social media, especially if they're just now growing it, or they may think that their videos are embarrassing. Like when people try to watch my videos in front of me, I'm kind of just like, before I used to be like, I'm so embarrassed, like I'm so corny. And she wouldn't even side with her, but would kind of just let my roommate speak for her. Like she'd be like, yeah, me and so are uncomfortable. And then but then would low-key be playing both sides, like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know why she did that. Then would be kikiing with my is now like legally she's in trouble because of what she was been doing. Right time, he was going to be Switzerland or whatever, also being on both sides on whichever it like was convenient for her. So adding all that out, I was just like, no wonder she sided with the criminal, because she literally is MAGA. Like what she does, like this is what she knows. She sides criminals. And so like even with like the elections, and that's why I'm bringing it up, because even with the elections, like the political commercials would come up, and it was always like like the Abigail Spanberger ones that would come up.
Like, it's really earned. And so another thing I found was her YouTube channel, which basically has things like her Trump hat and wasn't innocent and stuff like that. It really is confirmed. And so mothers, like, just very basically like that is like her wearing her Trump hat, her Trump apparently her beliefs. But I was really is confirmed. That is so crazy.
And I get like
videos,
you
like,
have
and,
some
and like
I
just
don't
very
really know how to
rage
like
bait type
explain
of
it, but
content
like
that it seemed like and
in
so,
the house, she's very quiet.
and like just very rage bait type of content that
all
it
those
seemed
a black president, those type. That's why it was so surprising, because I'm just like, never would have. She's never very out. We're going out and about, come home wearing that same thing, but I guess what I'm kind of speculating is that she knows the type of person I am, that I would not go for that. I would. That's why I wanted it to be out, coming out a day later, because I had a day I'm a student, and so beginning of the day I'm a student though. But I could just hear her in her room, just sitting out here and it's quiet. I'm just typing her, basically just, oh, I didn't vote for. At least I didn't vote for the blah blah blah. And I didn't hear what she said. Basically like Spamberger and like the blue side and stuff like that. And I wasn't even Democrat, like yeah, Democrat, but I'm just voting for what, like for basic human. These people who are not going to try to take away my rights and stuff. I'm loyal to anybody. I'm loyal to just humans being humans, trying to be superior, inferior, none of that stuff. Like life, like I didn't come out, I wasn't birthed and then I was given an option. Hey, do you want to be white? And I chose black. This is not my choice. Yeah, I'm happy to be black. Also, like it was. But anyway, that's just the point. It was just kind of like awkward that, and so then my partner would basically come out and me updates while I'm doing my homework, and she was at the kitchen, and so, because we're over here just like doing your thing, like at least like no more racist people come. You just feel her energy, like searing into you. My partner was basically just saying like, oh yeah, she was definitely listening it hard, and I was like, it is, because I'm the same person whether you catch me outside or you catch me inside my home. Like I'm never gonna be like my wherever I go. But all this in her room, but then when she would come out, she would go come and doing like that. Awkward with her, just because like I said, I can see on her, but apparently she went to that, which I didn't. Over there at the desk doing my homework, and I remember her in her room. I could hear Obama like being in the room, but and was again her sideways and stuff, just basically just trying to be confrontational is what it seems. But at home, she's very just like weak-willed woman. That's what it is. But and Trump had stuff like that, and siding with people like criminals and stuff. But also with her to the point where I had to basically, because of the situation, time pretty soon. I know I keep saying that, but soon enough it'll come. We're out and be like, you sided girl. You basically was what I was saying. She left you out to dry. She left you out to rot. She was just like, she took a minute, like I said, took a minute, and she came. Right, like she basically me. And when she got what she wanted, she basically abandoned me and left. I haven't heard a word. Still not even believing, but it's just still the fact that is a whole like criminal by law and owes me a side, like I said, with criminals. And so it's just an experience. Like she's weird, gives off some weird vibes, and I will criticize myself and say I should have looked it up before. And it's not like I treat her any differently, because since I found out, like it takes a lot of restraint to treat her differently. I treat her like I know her, which is how I treated her. She treat like how she did me when I was over here being harassed. Yeah, just basically just because of how she treated me when I was harassed. I tried to let her feel threatened. Maybe because my stuff was literally vandalized and I've actually been threatened with a gun. Just things like that. That's what kind of made me side-eye her, because I'm just like, the court of law believes me when I say that she's done these things. She's also admitted, but then you're asking me, well, why do you feel threatened? But I'm like, again, once I found out about that context, I was like, makes a lot of sense. But yeah, that's just like a brief experience, MAGA cult member. It's just an awkward experience, but it is what it is. Just the election and stuff, because have her little talks and stuff, be upset about who's winning, basically saying that there's not going to be unity in Virginia anymore because Spanish he is going to be running the state and so like I'm just like, man, whatever. But yeah, that's just a short video. I'll see you guys in the next one. You, because I'm
I know you are. I know I am. I'm not here, so no, I won't take it.
Okay, so one of the nights that I'm at Marceline's house and her boyfriend, he's there, and then the cousin, they're all home and everything. It's around like, I think like Christmas time. It was definitely December, but I was pretty much just at the kitchen table. I think I was about to do a puzzle, and then, mind you, these people are all white. They're all white. I don't know if I've mentioned that. They're all white. So I'm the only black person. But you know, they're cool. Like, they don't give me weird vibes or anything. Like, the boyfriend does, Ice King does, but I'm kind of just like, I don't know. And so, again, we're all just home one day. LSP, Marceline, Ice King, me. I'm in the living room doing a puzzle. They're walking around talking. Ice King is talking to Marceline. They're having a conversation, and then all of a sudden, he drops the N-bomb. Oh my gosh. Of course that's where the story leads. Of course. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, he drops the N-bomb. And so I'm just like shocked. And then they all like just stare at me. And I'm just like, I think I said like something like, are you
It's okay, it's fine.
and then LSP was just like,
Well, I don't really think that anybody.
like, what the fuck? Why are they, not the curse, but
It's okay, it's fine.
like, what the?
And then Ellis.
Yeah, it's pretty much just what the fuck. I'm just like, well, what the fuck? Like, why are they trying
Anybody should really
basically
be
be
saying
like,
it. And I'm
oh,
just,
it's fine. And so
It's
I'm
okay.
just sitting there. But I'm just like, you know what? Like, I'm staying at their place right now. Like, let me not make it too much of a fuss.
All right, editing angel here. Sorry about the look, sorry about the sound, whatever. I just want to insert myself here to say that this is never a reason to say always cuss people out in the moment, right there and then. But I was definitely being gaslit. I was definitely in a desperate situation. I think they knew that and took advantage of my situation that they knew that I was in with having and housing and all of that. And sorry about the look, sorry about. I just want to insert my now, so go ahead and try me because I will address you in the moment. Right there and then. But I was definitely being gaslit. I was definitely in a desperate situation. I think they knew that and took advantage of out in the will slide for any shit that they family and housing and all of that, and I was staying in their place.
But I'm definitely gonna tell Bonnabelle about it because I'm just like, oh yeah, girl, why would you put me in this situation? You know how pro-black I am, and then you put me in this situation right now. You knew that this was this kind of person, this personality, knowing who I am as well.
because at this point, I should open before at work, but then there was one point where she got a boyfriend. Like, when I first met her, she didn't have a boyfriend. But later, as our friendship progressed, she had a boyfriend, and he was in the military. I think it was like his last few months or like last year of before he was getting out and everything, and so he was planning on becoming a firefighter and going back to where he's from, which was in the West Coast and we're in the East Coast. Like I said, he was in the military and he's staying in the barracks, and so I guess to spend more time with him because they were very just like attached at the hip, she started staying at the barracks with her boyfriend, and you know, you're not supposed to be sleeping over there or anything. You don't live there, but she's sneaking in, staying over there every single night, not really talking to her family. Mom's worried and stuff, like not really doing well in college anymore. She started like failing some classes, not really on track anymore, just really struggling. And her mom was telling me like, oh, can you like check up on her? Like you tell her to, I guess, work harder, because her mom was kind of hard on her, but basically just like, I'm worried about her. And I was like, I get what you mean, but I told her these things that like, hey, like you need to focus on school more and less on your boyfriend. We're not really hanging out as much. She's not really visiting family. She's doing her own thing. Again, I'm still planning on moving in with these people. That's partially why I'm staying there, because I'm just like, oh, their lease is about to be up. I don't want to go and try to find a place right now and like sign to another lease while I'm waiting on them when they only have like 2 months left. And so I was just like, I'm just gonna stay with them. And so pretty much she would come around sometimes, but she had like loads and loads. Pretty much all her belongings were at this apartment that we were staying at, but she was at the barracks with her boyfriend. And so she would really only come by when she just needed something new, but she was living up in the barracks with him, where she's not supposed to be at, like sneaking around and stuff. And so it was kind of just like, girl, I think you should kind of focus on college right now. And
But pretty much fast forward, I'm telling her like, oh, like Ice King just did this thing. It was awkward, and LSP did this, and Marceline did this. It was kind of awkward because I'm like talking about her family low key. And so of course with that, she was kind of like made excuses for them, but was just like, yeah, I know it's wrong, but like, what am I supposed to do? I knew that he did, like he says that. Pretty much I forgot to mention when he was saying all that stuff, you know, dropping the N-bomb, he was just like, you know what, I'm sorry, I'm not, like, I shouldn't be saying that. And I'm like, yeah, duh. Fast forward, I think it was maybe like weeks later or maybe a month later, I get home, I'm sitting on the couch and stuff, and they're in the shower together, Ice King and Marceline. And it was kind of just like, they were being loud. I guess they didn't know I came home. They didn't hear me come in, but I'm just like, they're in the shower. I don't need to knock and be like, hey, I'm home. But I pretty much hear him dropping the N-bomb again. Oh my gosh. I was just like, no way this is happening right now. Like, this is low-key crazy. And so eventually they get out and they're just like, oh, you're home. And then you could just tell it was so awkward because they know what they were saying in the shower. And I'm just like, yeah, I am. And they were just like, oh, okay, how long have you been home for? And I was just like, a little bit of time. Like, I haven't been here for long. And they're like, oh, okay. And they just go into their rooms. And I'm just like, I can't do this. I'm supposed to be finding an apartment with these people in literally like a month. I don't want to be involved in this anymore. Like, I can't do this right now.
Going to Richmond today, Richmond, Virginia.
If you know anything about that girl, then you know I live in Virginia, specifically Norfolk, Virginia. And so I'm taking a little day trip up to Richmond. And so I need to pick out my outfit because I didn't do it last night, and this has not been like a big thing. It's only like a 2 hour drive away. Pick up my outfit, take you. And so, yeah, I'm thinking about wearing like earthy colors because my partner colors. And so I'm thinking about something of that room. Plus, guys, me trying it because I've had it before and I think it's very delicious. It's called New Vegan, but I'll show you guys all of that. And so, and dress up and look cute so I can, and you guys don't see me looking crazy like I do right now. So let's get started. I think I should change the angle to like here or like in the closet, pointing this way. Okay, pause break. Okay. So let's see what I have going on here. So let me fix that. If you guys can tell, I have my closet color coded, and so pretty much the way that it goes, I'll probably step out so that I could just. But to the right, pretty much I have like my coded, but as you move to the left, it shows. But after to the left, it has my cardigan, hoodie.
All of that, and so the right is shirts color coded. The left is sweaters, all like the bigger fabrics, whatever, all of that, thicker fabrics. That's color coded as well. So obviously I'm gonna be to the left because it's getting colder. It's supposed to be up to 71, but you know we're going up north, and there might be wind, might be by water. You never know what might go on. And so I'd rather have like layers so I can take off those layers. And so I'm looking for a sweater, and then I'll probably have like a tank top
or crop
top underneath it. So like I was saying, we're gonna be on this side, and so I'm thinking about doing brown. So
something like
this, and then wearing like elongated jeans and having like
shoes, like maybe like walking shoes, like my Adidas or my Vans, my black Vans, but something to go with this. So this is option number 1, but I'm also maybe looking at like oranges and tans and all of that. But this is what I immediately thought when I saw what my partner picked. So my only red options is this, which obviously I'm not gonna wear this, and this, but I think I wore this recently, and I don't know. So I do have a hoodie, another You Matter hoodie. So
in a recent video, make go watch that. But I don't know if I really want to wear this. Like this is not really like dressing up, going out and stuff. And but I'm gonna take it out case, but I don't. Next, I really want to wear this, but it has a stain on it. And I think that that would just be a huge distraction for me. But I bought this back in like Bernie Sanders, and it was a viral of Bernie Sanders, and it was like viral a few years ago.
it's cold outside, and he was in like a rebel, but kind of like a not so, I guess, flattering position. And so I bought it from this small black-owned company. It was like these sisters who
Were in Virginia as well. I don't know what's going on with them, but I bought it then. And so I want to wear this, but it has a stain on it, and so I mostly wear it to the gym in the winter. Like I wear clothes I don't care. So, yeah. Style today with a turtleneck, which I think I wore this back in freshman year of college, and so I might try to break this out today and wear this outfit and kind of get a little bit like oh, I'm a fashion girl. You see me out here in Virginia going to fest markets and all that stuff that you guys do in
Virginia. So this is like my second option, which I might go with this just because I haven't worn this in a while, and I don't think I'm gonna wear it anywhere else. And so besides that, I don't really think I see anything else that's really speaking to me like I would want it to. And so the next thing when it's like fall
and I want to wear something like warm is to wear like a crop top or a shirt, and then just with like 2 jackets or something, and like cute pants. And except on this side, like I said, I have my shirts. And so recently
I went to the DC show for Giveon. I love me some Giveon. And oh, Angel, at that part when I say Giveon, in his mom's voice on how she says Giveon. So that's just a side note for myself. Anyway, so I went to his concert, the Beloved tour. It was amazing, but also I couldn't see because I am. I don't know why I'm saying it in the past tense, but I'm so short and I couldn't really see anything, so I just kind of vibed out. And so I'll insert some clips, but it might just be so janky because it's probably just going to be a recording of other people recording Giveon. And so you'll see it through their phone screen. Yeah, this is one of them, but this is giving like vibes. And so it says Beloved on the front, and then it has that man's silhouette in the back. Maybe I might wear this, just to be like, But anyway, I'll keep it out.
next fall shirt is a concert, which is and I'm so upset he was not nominated for a Grammy. But then you have all
people who do the bare minimum and then they're getting Grammy nominated. What? Like your time, but also you don't need a Grammy to know that somebody is elite and talented. And so Ray Renee, you know you ate that thing up. I've also been to your concert. I was on the first night back in 2024 in DC Pilot, there's Genius, like pretty much almost any other so mainstream. I'm just like the lyrics and the other songs are just like
Out on it, but I still want to give her. I only lost the days. I only lost the day. And you hate to see it of me, a bit of me. Yeah, hate to see a bit of me, bit of me. Oh, let me pause this and find some.